party people! Hello, it's Randy for Thunderhorse Descendant. I'm here today in my own studio. If you've been following along with me, you know that I've been out in North Dakota helping my grandparents. I am back home, and this is my first video that I'm going to make since I've been back home. We've put up a new background. It's quite lovely. Really loving it a lot. And I got my Home Sweet Home Thunderhorse Descendant embroidered sign from our friend Amber. So super excited about it. So today, what are we doing? While I was away, I kind of feel bad because while I was away, Softflex sent me a package for the Lunar New Year, and I got home and I just got it, and it's February, but here it is. Here's what it looks like. This is what they have sent over for me, so I'm super excited to see what's in here. I'm thinking what we're going to do is we're going to unbox. We're going to talk about Softflex kits, which are super awesome. This is the second one that they have sent for me, so big shout out to Softflex. Thank you so much. And we will make a design on the fly, hopefully. We'll see what we got in here. We'll see what strikes us. I haven't made anything since I've been home. So I came home on February 10th. So we'll see what we get. If it is going to be quite a large project, we may have to split it into 2 videos, but hopefully not. So let's get down to the mat, get this party started. All right, guys, here we are down on the mat. I'm super excited to start unboxing this. So let's get on into it. So here we are. We have a little card from Softflex that says Lunar New Year. The design kit contains, well, I want to save it because I want to be surprised. So I'm just going to put that to the side for now. And then Softflex mystery design kits. Softflex mystery design kits contain everything you need to bead except for the tools. So beads, wire, crimps, bindings, and more. So this is their little card. Here's their softflexcompany.com, which we will put in the description of this video and tag them so that they can see what we're doing. This says, we love our monthly design kit challenge. Here are a few basics. Well, like I said, I'm a little behind because I just got home from travels. So I probably will not be able to participate in any design challenges, but if you are interested in design challenges from Softflex, here you go. So we've got some more paperwork here, and we got our little package. Oh, look at this cute little sticker. You guys, what? All right. So let me just take a look-see here about this. Hello, Randy. All right. La-ti-da. Says, let's start the year off with a bang. The Lunar New Year celebrates the beginning of the new year on the lunar calendar. It is an important holiday in China that is steeped in tradition. It is said once upon a time there was a terrible beast named Nain. Now, I don't know if I'm saying that right, but he used to torment the villagers and destroy towns, and they repelled the demons with a shower of fireworks and spectacle. Oh, I did not know that. Nain shrank away as the villagers donned deep red garments and made a clamorous noise. Rather than live in fear, the villagers celebrated this event. Oh, that's cool. Vibrant colors and festival fireworks ensured that Nain would never return to the joyous life abound. Celebrate with style. Oh, that's cool. So I always love a good little history. So that's very cool. It says that this kit was revealed on Softflex Company's Facebook page on January 26th at 3 p.m. PST, and so they have new kits every month. The monthly mystery design kit reveal after January 26th. So they're just telling me like when they revealed it, so I don't give out any spoilers and such. Well, we're late, so it's all fine. This goes on to say that their design kits retail for $33.95 and include everything that you need to make a few jewelry projects right out of the package. Now, we have tested this before and it was true. They sent me a package a couple of months ago, I think it was, and we designed right out of the package. So we're always putting that to the test because that's what they claim. And so far it has been true. Yeah, so it says, here's your Lunar New Year kit. Good luck with your designing. Super excited about it. Softflex is a company based out of California. They are a small family-run business, specializing in flexible beading wire, but also carry their own line of craft wire and other various findings and tools, and a good selection of beautiful gemstones and glass beads. We're very proud of our products, and we would love to get some other crafters out there hooked on our stuff. Well, hey, I believe that, because you know what? When I was home, I was like, oh, I'm going to have to call Softflex and tell them I don't have any more Softflex beading wire. And then I got home and here it is. So I'm just like, wonderful, that's great. So I'm very excited about this. So let's get into it. Let me stop talking. And let's just do this. Also, you guys, if you hear some background noise, FYI, we are in a working studio, so we are shipping and packing and shipping our orders. Our lovely Shannon is over there just doing all of that wonderfulness. So if you hear any background noise, that's what it is. If we're going to continue to make videos, we also have to support Thunderhorse Descendant, and we're going to have background noise in our videos. It just is what it is. So, anyways, moving on. That is my disclaimer. All right. Ooh, I like this. Okay, I'm excited. This is Randy's excited face. Now, what do we have here? Now, I have this little paper, but first I'm gonna lay everything out for us so we can really see what we're working with. Oh, these are cute. Okay, hold on. I'm getting excited. Okay, we got white. Okay. Alright. Okay. Alright. These are cute. And then we have these little... I gotta open these right on up. I just can't. This guy's super cute. Oh, and a little Buddha. This looks like a handmade Buddha. Too cute. Okay. So, let me just get the little paper here so we can talk about it. Okay, design kit contains. Oh, they've also sent a coupon. How fun. Softflex white quartz color 0.019 medium beading wire. So here we go with that. Beading wire. It says 1949 strand. So that is very lovely because, you know, I love Softflex wire. Then we have gold filled crimp tubes. So here's the crimp tubes in here. We've got crimp tubes, gold-plated earring wires with balls, gold-plated lobster claw clasp, Jesse James beads, custom bead mix, the Lunar New Year. You guys, so I'm so kind of behind the loop, but I don't think I've seen this one before. They said that it's a custom mix, so it's probably made just for this design kit, but it looks very cool. I really like those. We're going to get into that. Tier cast gold-plated crescent moons, which are in here. Charms. Teeny tiny lucky cat ceramic bead. That's teeny tiny right here. You guys can see that. And get my autofocus to do its thing here. There we go. Teeny tiny cat. And then we have a smiling Buddha. Right there. He is very cute. I really like that a lot. Then we have the larger Lucky Cat ceramic bead. Okay, so there's him. Then we have a 2x5mm jet black rice check glass strand. So that's this guy. We have an 8mm semi-red AB gem cut glass. So that is this one, AB. Jet black matte cubes here. 8x10mm red and antique bronze cut check glass. That's these guys here. These guys are very interesting. Oh, I hope you guys were not all blurry during all of that. These are very interesting. Were you blurry? Of course you were blurry. Let me fix it. Sorry. Let's just bring these up here again so I can show you appropriately what we're working with. Okay. So those are all the strands. These ones are very interesting because they have like a bronze kind of Picasso effect, which is really interesting, which I like a lot. I really love to work with different shapes, so this is actually really good for me. Let me see here. And then the jet black check glass rondelles. Oh, I missed one. So anyways, we also have these ones. All the check glass. Okay, so those are cool. Those are going to go really well with those. They're like the same shape. Super excited. All right. So that's what we got going on. Let's bust into this little pack here and see what else they've given us to work with. So this one is called Lunar New Year. So it's my understanding that Jesse James works in collaboration on this monthly kit with Sawflex, which is super cool to see those two working together in the jewelry beading doings. Super fun. Okay, we got some stuff. Let's separate that per color, I think. Those are very nice. I'm going to show you these in detail, but I'm separating by color right now. So that's just one way that I like to separate. These are kind of a different red, so I'm going to put those over here. Got some cage beads, got a few, let's see, what do we got here? These kind of look like... These look like coral pieces, maybe. It's kind of what they're looking like to me, or possibly some, yeah, I think they're probably man-made coral pieces. Those look like some check glass. Actually, these are more of kind of like an orangey red, so I'm gonna put them over here in this little cup. And then we got a few gold, looks like sparkly rondelles, and some bead caps. So I'm going to put those in here with the cage beads and the tassels. And then we do have two little charms in here from Tiara Cast right here. So I can't forget about those. I better take those out so we can look at them. You guys, so I've been doing my very best to stay off of YouTube and the internet and not see anything that anybody else is making basically for the last month, because I still have some videos that I gotta do and some stuff, and I just, you know me, I like to be surprised. So I haven't seen anything that anybody has made with this kit, but I bet you it was spectacular. And we got some crimp tubes. Put those in there. Alright. So that is what we got in our Lunar New Year kit. I'm looking. You know what I'm thinking? I'm thinking that we are gonna, I have a design in my head. So here's kind of a closer look at the beads that were in the Jesse James pack that we have to work with. Show you those so you can see them. I'm sure you guys have seen these. I'm sure you've watched unboxings. These are really cool. These are just kind of my first impressions on that. I really like the story about the Lunar New Year that they provided. So super fun on that. But I'm thinking of a project. I'm going to share my project idea with you. And then I think we will try to make it. Honestly, it is kind of an intense project that I have in my head right now, but let me share it with you. So my idea here is, you know how I always love to start with kind of a pendant. So my idea that I'm having, and I don't know if we'll be able to get this into one video, hopefully I'll be able to chop it down a little bit, but I want to do a triple strand necklace. Now, they hadn't provided anything to make a triple strand necklace, which is not surprising because, you know me, I like to go big or go home. But that's fine because I can use these crimp tubes to just hook onto a jump ring. No big problems there. But I want to take these cats and I want to stack these cats like this. I may want to use this red one here. So this would be my focal piece. Okay. I do like the stacking of the cats. I'm just going to keep the cats like that. I don't think I want to use this red drop though. I want to use... Sorry, design on the fly. I want something here, but I don't know if it's a drop. A drop would work good, but I don't know how I feel about the red drop because it kind of reminds me of probably not what I want. So, let me see. This is kind of cute. If I had, oh, the moon. Do a little charmy on the moon. That's kind of cute, but that's not really what I'm going for. I think I will just do... Well, to be decided on that. I gotta think about that. I want something smaller here to bring it all together, but I don't know what it is quite yet, but we'll get there. So then, I would like to do 3 strands of beading, and I would like to color block it. Each bead, each necklace will be, it'll probably be like a 16, well maybe I shouldn't do a 16 just in case. We'll do an 18, a 20, and a 22. 18, 20, 22. I want it to be kind of shorter because that's a lot, so maybe we even back it up. 17, 19, 21 maybe, and then add an extender because I want it to be kind of short. I'm gonna use the red. So with this black, I'm debating, do I want to put these two together? Yes. Yes, I do. And then I will sprinkle in some of these black in with that strand. This strand, I will sprinkle in some of the red. I'm not sure which yet, but I will sprinkle them in. And then I have a black strand here. I'm also going to sprinkle in the white. Actually, you know what? No, let me switch that and put this up here. The reason for this is because these are a little larger. They have circles and squares. This is going to be the closest part to your neck. I don't really, these ones are a little more cohesive for that, in my personal opinion. So I'm going to move these white down to match up with this, which will actually probably tie in really good with the cats. So that's the plan with that. These ones I'll also be putting in... Since I got a lot of red. I'll put those in with the red. That'll be to be determined. This cat is going to be a stack on the longest part. We're going to put Buddha up here on the closest to the neck because that just seems appropriate. Closest to the throat. So we're going to put him right there in line with this. And then on the second one, we are going to have a little charm. But I think I'll sprinkle in the moons to kind of hang a little bit. Come here, moons. Sprinkle it in like so. I'll flip this one so it's kind of sideways. Like that, and then we would need a focal. I think maybe we could go like this. 1, 2, 3 with the 2 moons in the middle, which I think is pretty cute. So that one will be like that. This is questionable. I do want to stack these cats. I'm not exactly sure how yet, and I'm going to use this. I'm going to use this last cage bead on the end, so that is all in line. The gold, since I do have gold on the red strand, I am going to use all the gold. Probably, I'm going to split it. I'm going to put 2 in here for the top with the black to offset the color. And then maybe I'll cap these white beads, because remember we're putting this white with the black here. So maybe I will cap these white beads with the gold to make it a little more cohesive with each strand. So I'm actually going to put all the sparkles on the top with Buddha. Although I don't know if Buddha needs any sparkle, but we're going to give him some sparkle. I'm going to use these little tassels as my earrings. So they actually did provide 2 pairs of earring hooks, but I'm just going to use those for now. We'll see what we have left as we move forward. And yeah, looks like a spectacular idea. Let's get to it. All right, so to get this party started, I am going to start with the longest of the strands. So let me just get myself a little bit arranged. All right, so to get this party started, these are all the beads I'm going to be using for the first strand. I am going to first get the pendant ready. And to do that, I'm going to use some gold wire. Let me see what I got here. Since we have gold findings, oh, okay. All right, hold on, hold the show. This cat has like a top drill across. This one has an up and down drill. So I didn't realize that, but it's fine. It's fine, it's fine. We'll use, let's use some 20 gauge. How about that? We'll use a little 20 gauge. Yeah. I was going to use 22 because you know I love some 22, but it's fine. We'll use 20. So we're going to use 20 gauge to get these cats going. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to wire wrap this first little cat. Pretty easy. I'm just going to grab up about 3 inches of wire here, which is excessive. And my round nose. And all I'm going to do with this is I'm going to create a wire wrap. So, okay. Maybe I am. There we go. Okay. So, to do that, I'm just going to take my little piece of wire, bend, go over the top, spin my plier, bring this all the way around to create a loop. And what I like to do is I kind of like to give it a little bend there to help it wrap easier. And then I'm going to just wrap this about 2 or 3 times and trim it off. Okay, so I'm going to flatten this and then tuck this wire in. Alright. And there we go. We got our little wire wrap going on. I'm going to put my first cat on. Now here's the question. Since this is a design on the fly, do we want to add a bead there to kind of protect the cat from the wire? Which I kind of do. I don't know if we have anything small enough. Let me take a look-see. We do have some of those coral pieces they provided, but I don't know. Let me give it a look. Let me take a look here. Here's kind of a flat one. I don't know if that's going to help my cat sit very well. Oh yeah, it's pretty good. So I'm going to use that guy. And then I'm also going to find a little chunk for the top. Now the top is not going to be flat. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to grab up a little seed bead for the top. I have just some little things sitting on my desk here for these types of purposes, just bead soup. So I'm going to grab this little tiny white crystal. I mean, it's itty bitty. It's like a 2 millimeter. And I'm going to put him on the top. Nope. Nope, nope. Too small for the wire. So let's find something a little bigger. Here is a white pearl seed bead. Looks like a probably a 6 millimeter seed bead. Perfect. Alright, so I'm just going to do the same thing here on the top. Bend over the top. Spin my plier all the way around. And then I'm going to wrap 2 or 3 times. I'm going to go a little more here on the top because I don't want my cat to spin too much, so I want him to be kind of tight. Trim that off. And I'm going to flatten that out, tuck all this in ever so gently because you do have a glass bead on there and you don't want to break it. And then we'll kind of just straighten everything out here. It looks pretty good. So there's our first one. Now to attach the bottom portion, all I'm going to use is a jump ring, a gold jump ring. Let's see. I'm going to go with a 4 millimeter jump ring. Four millimeter jump ring. And there we go. I'm going to attach onto the cage bead and then onto the bottom loop of the cat. Easy peasy. Just want to make sure that it's closed up real good. And now we have this portion. Okay. Why make more work for yourself, right? Work smarter, not harder. So I think what we're going to do is we're actually going to string this cat onto the beaded portion of the necklace. So what I'm going to need here is I'm just going to need a little tiny piece of gold chain. Okay, so I found a little piece of, just a little piece of scrap chain, and we're just going to use that. We're not going to need very much, probably like maybe an inch. Maybe an inch of chain. inch and a half maybe. Let's see what we got there. We have a 1 1/4 inch of chain. We're going to start with that. So to connect this, all I'm going to do is go back to my jump rings. I'm going to grab 2 of these little 4mm jump rings, and I'm going to connect my cat onto one little piece of the chain here. Make sure that's nice and secure so that he can dangle onto the end of the chain, and then also again onto the cat, on the top of the cat. Close that up. Okay. And then now that I can get a little better gauge, we're gonna take a look at the length of our chain, make sure it is the same, and it is the same. Yes, it is the same. So then I'm going to add these 2 jump rings to the top of the chain. Make sure that's closed up really good. Add the other one. And now our cat is going to be ready to hang on our chain when we put him together. Pretty cool. I like it. So that's what we got going on. I'm going to start the stringing process, and I'll get my crimp beads out. Alright guys, next order of business is splitting up our beads. So what I'm doing here is I'm just splitting an even number of beads for each side of the necklace. You could count them, but I just like to do it like this. So those are all of our matte squares. Then I'm going to go in with the next round and just split them evenly into these cups. I'm going to do this with all the beads, and then we'll get started. So now that I have my beads split, I have taken the liberty of taking the soft flex. I've cut this into 3 strands, which we're going to use for our necklace, our 3-strand necklace. So I've cut 22 inches, I've cut 20 inches, and 18 inches. I have left about a 1/2 inch on each additional for crimping space. But those are going to be our strands. So this is our 22 inch, the longest one. We're going to start with this one. And I'm just going to grab up one of these crimp tubes that Softflex has provided us. And also, I'm going to get a jump ring. So for this portion, I'm going to crimp onto a jump ring. I'm going to use an oval jump ring to connect all 3 of my strands. So I'm using an 8mm gold oval jump ring. And to start out, I'm going to put my crimp tube on. And then we're just going to utilize this jump ring as a placeholder for the time being. and eventually we will just attach this onto our lobster clasp. So I'm just getting this into place. And I want to leave room when I'm crimping. I want to leave room here so that this can move. I don't want to make it so tight to the jump ring that it can't move. We want it to move around a little bit. And then I'm going to grab my crimping pliers and we're going to go ahead and crimp this. So I'm just going to make sure it is not tangled. And I'm going to crimp, spin it, and then crimp this way. Do the pull test, and everything looks really good there. It's all folded over and nice and neat the way it should be. All right, and then we're going to start building our pattern. So now this part is completely up to you, however you want to do it. But I'm going to put this other side away because we're not using that right now. And I'm just going to concentrate on these beads here. Five. And I'm going to look at the length here, because remember this strand is supposed to be 22 inches long per our design. So let's see if I have 11 inches. So the beading portion, or the beaded portion, I am currently at about 8 1/4. And I need to make it to 11. So I need about 1, 2, 3, about 3 more inches of beading. And these guys here, they had the donut style, they have the single hole. So I might move these to the earring portion because I mean, I could dangle them, but I'm not really into dangling right now. And I could crisscross weave them, but I'm not using 2 strands. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm just going to add I'm going to add a few, well, I kind of want to keep it cohesive, so let me go into our top row here, and I've got 1. Oh, I didn't come out the right side on that. I'm using one of these longer cage rice beads from the top strand to give me a little more length. And then I'm making sure to put one in the other side. And then what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to grab these red, what are we calling these? Coral bits, because we have some of those in the cat, so I'm fine with that. I'm going to add all of these on here. We're going to need some for the other side. 2, 3, and there is 1 extra that I'm going to put to the side, and then I'm going to add this last black bead to kind of bring it all together. That looks pretty cute. So now let's give it a little measure. Okay, so we're at 10. We need about 1 more inch of the beading, but we also have this cat, which is going to take up some space. Okay, how big is our cat? Our cat is about a little over half an inch, 3/4 of an inch. So actually we need about one more bead probably with the cat and we should be good to go. So I think I will put in, let me put in, I would kind of like to put in one of these, but I haven't cracked those open yet, but I'm gonna. So these again are for the top strand, and I'm gonna take 2 of them and put this back in here where it goes. Now they all want to fall off, stay on there. So now I got one for this side and one for this side. So I think what I will do here is I'm going to go with the red and then the rice bead and then this round one. And the reason for that is because before I go to put my cat on here, I am going to have to add this piece. Okay, so what I'm going to want to do is I'm going to want to hold the cat out, make sure everything's hanging correctly, which it is, and then I'm going to string this jump ring onto the strand. Okay, and now I'm going to add my other cat, just like that. Then I will add the other jump ring, and I'm going to hold him up and make sure everything is hanging correctly, which it is. Alright, so with all of that on there, we'll look at this measurement one more time. Okay, and we're about, just about perfect, about 1/4 inch away. We could have probably done with, you know, one more bead, but we also have to crimp that other side, so I'm taking that into account as well, so we should be pretty good. So now what I'm going to do is I am going to switch gears, go to my other little dish of beads. Again, removing these white because we've decided we're not using those ones. And I'm just going to do the other side according to the pattern. Okay, we've got a lot to do, so I am going to meet you back at the top and show you what it looks like once we get up there. Alright, here we are at the top, and again what I'm going to do is I'm just going to crimp using one of the crimp tubes they provided and that same oval jump ring in the 8mm, and I'm going to come back through the crimp tube and I'm going to go through a couple of beads here because safety. And pull that down. There we go. So now I want to make sure that I am giving everything enough space to move around and to have a little breathing room. So I am going to pick it up, get gravity involved, make sure everything can move a little bit. And I am also going to be using some bead caps, so I want to kind of allot for that. And I'm going to go ahead and crimp once I feel comfortable with it. Okay, crimp looks good, pull test is good. Once I got it crimped, I'm going to go ahead and take my flush cutter and just trim that. And here is number 1 of our 3-strand necklace. Let me zoom you out just a smidge. Oops, wrong way. So that's what she looks like. Everything's dangling good. So there's number 1. Now, if you didn't want to do a 3-strand and you just want to do this one, by all means, go ahead, put your lobster claw on, have a wonderful day. We're going to move into the second one now. So I'm going to clear the mat and get ready for strand number 2. Alright guys, so here we are with strand number 2. So this is my strand. I have a 20-inch strand with a little excess for crimping. And then before we can get started, we have to get our little moons ready to go. So I did already split the strands, one of each, into each cup, so I know how many exactly I have to work with. This one goes in the middle. And I just have to get these 2 little moons on a jump ring, and we'll be ready to rock. Strand number 2. Alright guys, here we are at the top. Everything is looking spectacular. Got my little moons hanging. Really like how it turned out. So let me just show you where we're at with this. So we're just going to line up there. Okay. So everything's looking pretty good. We have one more strand to go. Super excited. So I'm gonna start with my 18-inch cording, and I'm gonna get that started and get that laid out. So I'm gonna clear the mat, and we're almost done. And all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take what I have, okay, which is this, and I'm going to bead to the Buddha. I'm going to complete the whole strand. At the end, I'm going to add as much chain as I need to add to make this into an 18-inch necklace. Literally, it'll probably be a couple of inches. So if you did not want to add more chain, another thing you might consider doing is just grabbing up a few seed beads from your stock and incorporating them into the beaded portion of this necklace. These are just like a clear AB 6mm. That would work. A red, a black, whatever you got going on would be perfectly fine. But I really think that maybe utilizing some of that chain that we had is going to be kind of a cute idea. So let's get going on it. Two inches. So 2 inches of chain for each side. Then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to attach this jump ring. This was a placeholder jump ring, so I am going to replace it with an oval because I'm going to be using ovals in other places. So I am going to replace that with an oval. I'm just going to take this one off because it was a placeholder. I still got my little loop right there. So I'm just going to attach this one. And then I'm also going to attach this piece of chain. Now I did cut the chain. I'm just looking to make sure that that link is intact before I try to use it on my project. But it is. So there's one side. So here we are. Now we're going to come in with our red strand. Let me zoom you out a little bit. Oh, wrong way, Randy. Okay, so here we are with this one, strand 1 and strand 2. Is I'm just going to utilize the chain to go through the jump ring. This is the jump ring that we're keeping. I'm going to put it through there. And I'm going to go ahead and just hook this jump ring. Let me zoom in so you can see what I'm doing. You're like, what, Randy? What's happening? So the reason for this is it was too long. All the measuring I did didn't matter. Once I got it compared to this one, it was too long. So what I'm doing is I'm going to keep this jump ring. So I've put the chain through the jump ring, and I'm going to connect this jump ring to this wire. So it'll be a doubled up chain. So let me show you what I'm talking about here. I'm just going to put that into, not on the jump ring, but on the actual wire itself. The saw flex. And I'm just going to close that. Okay. So now we have given ourselves way more space without having to do a whole bunch of work. Right? So cool. We're going to do the other side. So here it is again. On this side, this is the jump ring that we are keeping for this necklace. Take this chain, run it through the jump ring, bring this around. We have a triangle. We're going to open this one and attach it to the saw flex, not the jump ring, but the saw flex. Close that up. Okay. Come here, jump ring. So now, oh, let me zoom you out. Okay. So now, again, this is the jump ring we are keeping. We have the right amount of space between the two strands, right here. Cool. On to the next. So now this is the third of the strands, and we're going to connect, let's see, this one, let me see, let me get gravity involved here. By holding the two jump rings together, which is where they would connect, and yeah, it's pretty good. Alright, so what I'm going to do for this strand is the jump ring on the red necklace is the one we're keeping, this one here. So I'm going to take off this one, because it was a placeholder. Okay, so now I just have a loop. I'm then going to open this jump ring, and I'm going to place this loop on the outside. Okay, and I'm going to close this up again. Okay, something fell. That was my hair clip. So, here's what I got. Okay, so this strand is on the outside, then the red, which is in the middle, and then the chain. Now, this is going to move, but we're going to add a jump ring to it to kind of lock all those things in place. But I just wanted to show you the order. The order is important. Otherwise, your strands are going to kind of crisscross, and you don't really want that. So, now on to the next. Making sure everything is lined up the way that it is supposed to be. We're going to lay that out. So, the jump ring that we're keeping should have the red necklace and then the chain. So we're going to take this one off. Okay, and then we're going to open this one. And we're going to place the black strand on the outside of the red one. Okay, so they're in the same order and are hanging appropriately. They're actually opposite the other side. Close that up, make sure that's nice and good. All right, now before I move any further, we're going to take these round jump rings okay, and I'm going to hook on. I don't need it to spin around. Okay, so let me close that up. Easy peasy. There we go. And then over here, I'm going to add a extender chain. Now, if you wanted to use a heavier extender chain, you totally could do that. Let's see what I got something here. What's this? I got a little bit of this. I'm going to use this as an extender chain. With this side, I am going to make sure that nothing is twisted. And I'm going to take my locking jump ring, put that on there. And then I'm just going to add this extender chain. Okay. I hope you guys are enjoying these videos. Thank you so much to Softlex for sending this over. I really enjoyed playing with it. I really love the little lucky kitty, and all of it really was really nice to play with. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Please look in the description for all the description of these items and where you can find the Lunar New Year Softlex monthly kit. And have a good day. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.